the distance around the outside of different shapes. There are different formulas you guys are going to have to use. The most tricky ones are the ones that involve arcs and circles, right? So let's get into it first. So calculating the perimeter of this triangle here, this line here is just extra information there to throw you off. The distance around the outside of the shape is going to be 10 plus 10 plus 3, which hopefully you guys can do almost in your head and go, that is 23 centimeters. Right? All right, so this next one, moving around the outside of this shape, we've got 11, 6, 8, and 16. We could probably write those down or do it on your calculator, but that is, I'm just going to write down the actual thing. So 11 plus 6 plus 8 plus 16, and it equals 41. Noting that this one hasn't been given a unit of measurement, in a question like this, I'd expect you to write units, right? 41 units, as it's not being given a specific relevant thing. Moving on. Perimeter of a circle is known as the circumference of a circle. We can be calculated by using the radius or the diameter of the circle. So this is being R as if it's for the radius. This is for the diameter. Yeah. 2 times pi times the radius, or just pi times the diameter. Right? So because the diameter is 2 times whatever the radius is. It's the radius plus the radius. That's how we get from this side to the other side. That's all well and good. Just making sure you know where pi is on your calculators. If you're not sure, you can figure it down on the left-hand side, I believe, down the bottom. If we're looking at an arc length, this is where we're trying to calculate a specific sector of a circle. So for example, if we wanted just the circumference of a piece of pie, we've cut out this piece of pie. We know the degrees that is in this part, and we know the radius. We can solve for it. So you do it by going 2 times pi times the radius, so finding the diameter, multiplied by the interior angle of that sector. So if that was 35 degrees, it would be 35 divided by 360. Essentially, we're saying if we went all the way around this circle, it would be 360 degrees, right? We don't have that. We've got 35 out of the 360. So if I do 35 divided by 360 and multiply it by what would have been the total circumference of the circle, it'll give us that little section that is left. Just take note, if we're doing perimeter of that shape, we've just calculated this by doing all of this. That is just that length. So to get the circumference, I'd have to add that plus the radius again, right? To take out that little piece of pie. There's some questions to have a go at doing it. I'm going to come back to those. I'm going to keep moving on for a quick second. Perimeter of composite shapes. So in this situation, the 2 is connected to this length here, right? Perimeter of a composite shape, we're just tracking around the outside of it. That little line means these are the same. So we would have 5 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2. 5. And there's another 3 over here as well, sorry. So plus 3 at the start. I'll just add that in. Just noting, if you weren't given this length, if you were given this length of 2, we could still solve this problem, right? We'd use our Pythagoras to go, well, that's 2 and that's 2.5. We do 2 squared plus 2.5 squared and find the square root for this length. We could definitely go about it that way if we needed to. Luckily enough, for the sake of this, we're just doing it in this situation. So 3 plus 5 is going to be 8, and 11, 13, 15. So our answer is 15 centimeters. That is our perimeter. If you wanted to do it as another one, we could probably do an example of that, but let's keep on moving. Oh, that's area. That's done. All right. Happy days. We'll give you guys time to have a go at these 2 questions. Remembering for this one, that's 90 degrees. So when we get to our thing to find out our multiplying by, it would be times 90 over 360. This one would be times 40 over 360 to find that rest of the section. So those are the answers for those ones. That's it.